Hello there everyone, welcome back to the kitchen for another episode of What's It Cooking. What am I going to make? No one knows. So let's just see what we've got and see where it goes. Today we're going to be making an onion bread, which is 20 minutes prep, 6 hours dehydrating. You're going to need onions, garlic, ground flaxseed powder, pumpkin, sunflower, chia, golden linseed, sesame seeds, pepper, ground flax, sumac, thyme and celery salt. I've already got here the pumpkin seeds and the sunflower seeds in a bowl. I'm getting ready to add the rest of the stuff, but I think there was a mess up there with the recording. I forgot to press record. So I'm going to add in a little bit of the ground flaxseed powder right here and about 3 tablespoons of the chia seeds. They're just to bind the mix, and then a good sprinkle of sesame seeds in there. And once that's done, I'm going to move on to the onions. I'm just going to roughly chop them small enough to get them down the spout of the food processor, because that's basically what I need to do. Once I've got those peeled, I'm going to move on to the pepper. So I'm going to grind up some pepper, about a good tablespoon. I'm going to sprinkle that in, which is basically 1 cap of the pepper completely full, really coarse grind, doesn't matter, get it in there. So I'm going to move on to the celery salt. I'm going to large teaspoon or half a tablespoon. Everyone's taste is slightly different. Then I'm going to peel the garlic, and once I've got that garlic peeled, I'm going to move on then to grinding up my seeds. I did try and put them in the big one, but they weren't fine enough, so I put them in the small one, and it really did turn into like a floury type substance, which was much better. So I've learned from my mistake there. So I'm going to pick up some basil. I'm just going to take off some of the bigger leaves, let a little bit of light in so that the plant can grow, and yeah, mash up the onions. Once they've been mashed up and they're really small pieces, I'm going to add them into the mixing bowl. Then I'm going to get my basil, put it into the little hand blender, and add in a little bit of hemp oil, because it's a nice nutty texture. Really only a drizzle, it's just to give it something to stick to. And then I'm going to add in about a tablespoon, half a tablespoon of coriander. That's about it really. And then just whiz it up until I can't see it doing anything. So as you can see here, I'll whiz it up and it stops doing anything, so it's time to remove it and get it in the bowl. So I get this into the bowl, give it a good clean out. That's why I love those silicone spatulas, you see. They really do help you not waste anything. They help you get it all out. So now that's all in there, I'm going to sprinkle in quite a bit more of the ground flaxseed powder. This that's really like a floury type stuff, and it's fantastic. It really gives it that brilliant consistency. So we want to keep this moist the whole time. It doesn't want to be too dry, so that's why I'm only adding little bits at a time. Then I add in 2 tablespoons of the ground flax, 2 heaped tablespoons of thyme, tablespoon of sumac, and then a few golden linseeds in there just for the extra seedage. And as I can tell here from mixing, that's about perfect really. I don't really need to add any more of that ground flaxseed powder in. That's just about what I want it. That's just about how I want it. So with that done now, I'm going to get my baking sheets out and prepare to scoop my mix out onto the sheets of baking paper. Yeah, just put it on there really. You can always take bits out if there's too much on there, and then roll it out with a rolling pin. So once I've got the top sheet on, I can then roll away with a rolling pin, and this took me quite a while, but I don't really have any skills with the rolling pin, to be honest. So yeah, it took me ages, and we want to keep it really thin. I mean, as you can see there, it really is quite thin and spread out. I put a little bit too much on that one. So with the next tray ready, I'm going to prepare the next bits of baking paper and yeah, get the next one rolled out. Now that's rolled out, as you can see, I could have taken a little bit off the other and made it a little bit more even, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter about the shape. You know, the more higgledy-piggledy it is, the nicer it is, I think personally. So with that in the dehydrator, 6 hours later, this is the final product. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay healthy.